Hey y'all. Oh gosh, I really hope this video doesn't get too many views. Some of y'all are probably like, Mary Catherine, why on earth would you do a live video when you look like hammered dog crap? The answer is, I feel like hammered dog crap, so I look like hammered dog crap. This is the reality, you know? We're just gonna have to embrace it. Sometimes, my hair looks like I stuck my tongue in a toaster and my skin is all splotchy because I've had a bad day. But that does not stop me from showing up. Here we are, doing the thing, okay? So, this week we activated our moving kindness, go gadget moving kindness. For those of you who are not from around here, moving kindness is when our community comes together to provide financial support for somebody in crisis. And I had stopped doing that until I'd stopped doing that in December of 2022. That's the last one we did, because what I found was taking these on felt like some social work. And it is. I'm not an organization. It's just me. So I would collect the funds, distribute the funds. And then a lot of times the people who needed the help, like they keep coming back and asking for more. And I didn't have it. And so, and then sometimes I'd get criticized via email. The whole thing was hard. So I stopped doing it. But this week, I felt like God was waving a flag in my face, like, Mary Catherine, go gadget moving kindness. Go do the thing. I put somebody in front of you. Go meet the need. Okay. So here's what we did. There was a woman who was a victim of domestic violence last weekend. Her boyfriend showed up at her workplace, threatened her at work, basically kidnapped her, threw her in the car, beat her up, drove her home at 95 miles an hour, drove up into her yard onto her porch, dragged her into the house, beat her up there. Finally, the cops came and arrested him. And that is where I got on and did a video to tell y'all about it and ask for your financial support. And so good news, here's the good news. And then we're going to have to shift gears for a minute because I need to fuss at some of y'all. And I know it's not a lot of you in the comments because I know a lot of your names and a lot of y'all participated and were supportive. And I'm so grateful for that. We raised $1,800. It was short of the goal that I had in mind, but I know it's what God had planned. I'm good with it. It was generous and I'm so grateful. I am, however, for some of y'all who are like, I have no idea about this thing, I'm dropping the links in case anybody wants to do a last minute gift. But I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about what we're going to do with it. And I did actually reach out and speak with the victim. And I've just dropped the link on ways to help. He did get bailed out. And has so far stayed away from the house. And she does not feel safe. And she is desperately seeking jobs. I had a couple of people comment. And this is where I want to kind of like address something. Moving kindness has always been a give first, ask second initiative. When we find the people in crisis, we meet their immediate needs and then allow and give them the agency to choose what to do with those funds and how to meet their own needs. It's an empowering thing to trust a victim with your giving. It tells them that they're capable of handling it. It gives them permission to be human, to buy something nice for themselves, to pay a bill and go out to eat. It's a gift to tell people that I'm giving you this with no strings attached. And that's why I've always done it. And it's not super popular. I get lots of criticism about how we do moving kindness, but I feel deeply in my heart that it's the right thing to do. So I spoke with this woman. She was moved beyond words about the financial support because, as we all suspected, financial stress is one of the main factors that was keeping her in the abusive relationship. I did not ask her for promises that she was leaving this man. I gave her the opportunity and the means to leave. That's what we did. That was the whole point, right? And no follow-up, no strings attached. That's the whole point, right? So a couple of people commented though, and I want to address those comments. They said, I don't feel good about this one. I kind of want to know that she's going to leave first. I don't want to, reward her staying. And I think maybe a couple of things have been lost in my story on this page. And so I want to make something super clear. And thank you for asking. Yeah, the links are in the comments. I'll drop them again. For anybody that still wants to support this woman, I'm going to go withdraw the cash from the bank account. She's been paid some on PayPal, but anything that comes in today, I'll just withdraw in cash and hand to her because we're meeting up later. But I want to share something with y'all. And I know my mom would not mind because our story has been very public and she's very brave. But y'all know that I'm a survivor of CSA, which I will not talk about publicly on the video today because I don't want the algorithm to punish me for saying the SEX word. But it wasn't the only kind of abuse that I was subjected to growing up. The man who abused me in that specific way also violently abused my family. I am a survivor of domestic violence as well. It's just not the forefront of my story because people find the fact that I was abused sexually as a child to be so egregious that that's what they see. That's all they see. But there is a unique and distinct different kind of trauma that comes from violence. And I survived that too. And so when there were people in the comments telling me how we should help these people, it pissed me off because I know how to help these people. They need money. That's it. And they don't need you policing how they spend that money. And they don't need you asking what their intentions are. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I know, and I know it's not my whole story. And honestly, I think that shines through by the fact that I hadn't even really talked about it much, but I need to make that point clear. Women trapped in cycles of domestic violence are always helped when you give them money. And I know that's not a popular thing to hear. Nobody likes being asked for that. And we all like security when we're giving things, right? Oh, I don't know, Anita. You'll have to email me that, sweetie. See if I can help you, okay? So email me at mk@viraljoymedia.com and we'll address that. So I wanted to talk about this, okay? The gift is in the giving. Your gift is not just money. When you support a woman who's trying to escape violence, when you give her money, you're not just giving her financial means. You're telling her that she can do it. And you're telling her that you trust her to do it. And that is almost more powerful than the dollar bills. And I wish I could scream this from the rooftops. We have got to stop giving with strings attached. We've got to stop policing how victims handle trauma. It's not going to look anything like you want it to. Because people don't escape until their life is so threatened that fight stops and flight kicks in. But unless you've been there, you don't understand. And sometimes, because I saw all kinds of comments, why doesn't she just get a restraining order? Well, to be completely honest, sometimes a restraining order is the trigger that gets a woman killed. I know this because when we reported the abuse, that's when it escalated. That's when it got really dangerous in our household. When my former stepfather was arrested and then released, in that moment, we had never been in more danger. We ended up in witness protection. We ended up in another state. And when your life is that upended, all you can see is the foot in front of you. like 1 foot in front of you. You're escaping. You're running for your life. And so you don't stop to explain yourself to anybody. And if somebody needs that from you, you're just going to keep moving. You don't have the emotional bandwidth or the time to do it. So we give. We give generously and with no strings attached. And then we step away and pray to God that what needs to happen happens. But yes, the links are already there, and we've raised $1,800. I'd love to raise more. If any of y'all want to give, absolutely. I'm dropping the comments again, but I wanted to give y'all this update. So what I wanted to say, and I'm going to say it one last time, is that there is a deep chasm of understanding when it comes to domestic violence. And maybe the dollars that we give, maybe my critics are right. And maybe they go into a bank account and her abuser gets every bit of it. But there is a part of my heart that learned something growing up in church. It was one of the good takeaways that I have from my upbringing in this faith. And that is, a lot of seeds that you plant, you don't get to see grow. You don't get the privilege, unfortunately, of the growth sometimes you sow into people. And sometimes the giving you give it's not the answer, but it plants the seed. And when she does finally get to the place where she feels like she can escape, she will remember maybe not the dollar amount, but the feeling she had when we gave without question. She will know when it's time and when she's ready that there's a whole world of support behind her. And y'all, you don't qualify people for love. You don't vet them to see if they're worthy of your giving. You just give. One last thing. I was criticized by somebody who is not from this page. And I know that I should probably not even address this, but I need to because I'm a public figure and, this matters to me. Somebody accused me of not opening my books and sharing where every dollar goes. But I want to just state, because the majority of y'all have been here long enough to know that previously when I did Moving Kindness, when every transaction came through, I transferred it out immediately. And I would screenshot the transfers and drop them in the comments so y'all knew I wasn't touching any of it. And let me just say this. I am an ADHD, low executive function disaster of a human being. I have never said otherwise. None of y'all come here because I'm a well-organized, nonprofit, boss babe. It's not who I am. But what I'm not is a charity thief, okay? I would never. And if that's anywhere on your radar, please don't give, because I don't want your money and I don't want to handle it. I don't want to touch it. I gave last year, funneled all of Moving Kindness through PayPal. And as a result, I ended up with a big old tax bill because my dumb butt didn't file my 501c in time. So it was considered income. And when I explained that yesterday, I got a lot of criticism. It wouldn't be income if you didn't keep it. And that's not true. Unfortunately, whether or not you keep money, it still counts as income when it shows up in your bank account. So the reality is PayPal issued me a 1099, and all of those donations counted as income, and so I had to pay taxes on it. That was my fault, and I owned it, and I told y'all about it. And I'm avoiding it. We've got a 501c pending right now, but I want to be like as honest as honest as I can be. Guys, my little family, we're like budgeting. I wear clothes that are 2 years old. I drive a used car. I check my balance at the end of every week to make sure that I'm okay for the next week. I'm sorry. I just have been doing this for people knew me better by now. But I just want to be super clear. If anything at all, one of my flaws, aside from being a disaster with executive function, none, is I'm kind of like the giving tree. If anything, and I'm not bragging about myself, my friends will tell you this. I gave my kidney when I was 22 because it was like no big deal, just a kidney. I am a giver. And sometimes to my own detriment, you know? And so that hurt and it stung, especially because it had not even occurred to me when my bank account is stressful to go to PayPal and steal from a domestic violence victim. Y'all, who thinks that way? But I just wanted to get it all out there, you know? I love y'all, and I am so grateful for everything y'all show up and do. And I'm going to do my best this year as a businesswoman because, y'all, I'm a bad businesswoman. I just am. It's not my gift. It's not my ministry. But I'm doing my very best, and what I am going to try is to put infrastructure in place so that I don't have to manage this stuff anymore. And there are no more question marks. You know, I wish I lived in a world where we could do these things and operate without the question marks. But the reality is, I know this. I have 1 million followers on all social media. And so I do owe y'all a level of transparency. And so this is my word. Y'all have given generously, and I'm going to be a good steward with it. I will always find people who I feel like God wants us to help. I will mobilize, and I will not, there is no grift. There is no scraping off the top. If anything, this is hard on me. Doing this work is hard. But I know it's worth it because of all the things I've done on the internet, of like the things that have been born out of this. Thank you. I'm sorry. Y'all still don't see the links? Okay, hold on. I just posted them again. Somebody's saying I don't see any of the links to donate and they want to. Of all the things that have come from my time on the internet, 4 book deals, being on Ellen, you know, a year of just phenomenal income. 2 years ago, I made amazing money on Facebook. It was life-changing. But when this all goes away, which it will, my platform won't last forever. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a mom with a platform and a phenomenal community. And as long as this works, hallelujah. But when it's over, which it will be, just like MySpace, just like Vine, at some point social media will burn and we'll all be better for it probably. And when that day comes, what I will know is that it was this stuff that was the most important of all. It's all that ever mattered, right? And so I care a lot about, I feel the weight of this platform and I want to make it matter. And so I'm doing my best to do it. And I ask for your trust in that process and your patience with my all over the placeness. And I thank you for your generous giving. And that was it. I needed to come on here and clear the air about a couple of things. One, that some of the comments about this domestic violence survivor just did not pass the vibe check at all. We need to educate ourselves about what it really takes for women to escape abuse. Money, it's very powerful for people who are in crisis. If you've been in crisis, you know it's true. So when I get on here and I say, no, guys, we're not sending her clothes or cereal, I'm not saying clothes and cereal don't matter. I'm saying the most powerful thing we can do as a big group of people is all give a little with a huge impact. I stand by it. Giving without strings attached, giving without policing the outcome, it feels to me the most in line with how Christ enacted his ministry. He showed up, he met a need, he gave love, he stepped away. And if that is not moving kindness, what is? Thank y'all so much. I will give you one more update because I guess this video has gotten more, I'm sorry, I guess my disaster hair or my tears brought a lot of people on here, and that was not my intent. I'm a little bit of a disaster today. Y'all can probably tell from my splotchy skin because it always tells on me when I'm emotional. But, well, I guess we're all here. There's 403 of us. Y'all have got the comments. You want to go throw $3 at this moving kindness? It's probably the last one I'm going to do for a while because I do need to support my family, and I've got to launch a class this week, and I've got to do something to pay the bills, and this ain't doing it. So this is going to be the last day. Look for the next couple days, please. I will have other opportunities for you to actually support my family, but this is not that. This is our Moving Kindness initiative. We are meeting the need of somebody in crisis as a community. Hard stop, period. That's it. I love y'all. I'm going to go take a shower. My kids have awards day in about an hour at school. It's like the last week of school, so y'all probably see I'm going to look like this for probably 6 more days. It is what it is. I should probably brush my hair. Yes, Michael. Hey, sweetheart. Y'all say hey to Michael. I love Michael so much. From Have a Gay Day, one of the greatest people on the whole wide planet. Stars do support me, and thank you for the stars. I love that. All right. You're right. My hair and eyebrows are looking fabulous while you're emoting. My eyebrows? I haven't done anything with them. Y'all are the greatest. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Am I still in my PJs? Yes, I took my children to school in my pajamas. No shame. I got them ready. They look amazing. I got their bags packed. I even got a little bit of writing done this morning. And now I've got to go up to the school and clap while my daughter picks up whatever award she gets, which will not be Student of the Year because my child is the social butterfly. So she'll probably get the Special Friend Award, which is the I Talk in Class Award. That's 100% what we can expect. And I will give y'all that update. Thank you for watching this and loving me and supporting me and all of my crazy. If you have room to give today, please do. There's comments in the comment section on how you can give. I'm meeting our Moving Kindness recipient, who we named Kay for kindness, today at 4 o'clock. And I'm going to give her a hug, and I'm going to give her the rest of the money that we've raised. And I'm going to tell her that she's deserving of safety and love and support. And then I'm going to say goodbye. And we're going to let her live her life. And we're going to cheer for her from the sidelines. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So thank y'all for your generosity. We're at $1,800, and apparently 50 more just came through. So maybe we'll hit 2,000. And, I know it makes a difference. And it's not just the financial kind. We've already talked about this. But really, it's the fact that we cared enough to show up. And you cannot put a dollar sign on the feeling of support that a woman gets when she's supported. It's unquantifiable. Okay? I know this as a survivor myself. And it did take a lot for my mom to get out. And her journey would have been so much easier if people had given her financial support. But she didn't get that. And it made everything so much more perilous for us. And so I don't care what the critics say. We're going to give money because money matters. And for a woman who's trying to escape violence, it's what she needs first. I'm not asking questions. Thank y'all for listening. I love y'all very much. Links are in the comments. I'm going to edit the caption of this video so that y'all can find the ways to donate easily. And then I will give another update this evening when I don't have a splotchy face and a broken heart and a real big feelings, okay? I love y'all.